So I recently picked up this vintage vanity on Facebook Marketplace. It was $60 and the lady said it was from the 1940s, and I've always wanted one with the fabric skirt at the bottom, but the problem is after purchasing it, I noticed that it had a few stains on the fabric. So I'm going to go in and try to steam clean off some of these stains and do that. And I have this steam cleaner. It's a Bizzle steam cleaner and it's supposed to work on fabric. So I'm going to go in right now and try to steam clean all the fabric and try that. It also has this really cute drawer. And then I'm going to take the glass off too. It's just sitting on top and wrapped in plastic. And I'm going to try to steam clean the top. So that's what I'm going to do right now, so follow along and I'll let you know how it goes. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working as I hoped. I tried the top to clean it off a little bit, and as you can see, I tried on the stains here along the side, but they don't seem to be lifting at all. I think the fabric is just too old. The stains have been in there too long. But it looks like you can take off the fabric, so I might do something crazy and completely strip the whole thing down and remove all the fabric and just redo it. The vanity, it wasn't expensive, so it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about the fabric, to be honest, because it's just so worn out. I think I'm better off redoing it. So I posted it on Instagram to get your opinion, and someone suggested that I actually just remove the fabric and try soaking it in some laundry detergent and stain remover. So I'm going to do that first, and then I think I can staple it back on. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the top part. So I managed to get the fabric off around the bottom, but to be honest, I think I'm going to keep going and remove the top part too, because it's just filthy, especially along the back, and there's scratch marks along the top, and I think I can easily just take it off and then maybe go to the fabric store and get a replacement fabric and then just hammer it back in or use a stapler kind of gun. So anyways, that's what I might try. So I removed all the fabric from the whole thing, and I spent a few hours removing all the nails. So now all I have to do is go to the fabric store and find some fabric and just show them the old fabric and get the correct measurements, and then I'm just gonna staple gun the new fabric over top of this one. And the chair is another story too, because it needs work. As you can see, I have to figure out how to put this cushion back, and it's missing a button there, so I have no idea. Anyways, that is that for now, and I'll keep you posted once I go and buy the actual fabric. So I have an update now. I actually put these in the wash on 2 cycles, and I put it on a heavy duty cycle, and it actually worked. They're like pretty much all clean. Like all the stains are gone, and they're like a nice gold shiny color again. And I removed all the tacks along here, and I bought some double-sided heavy-duty Velcro. So I'm gonna actually just Velcro these to the vanity. This way I can remove it again so it won't be tacked in. And like all of the stains are gone. So now all I have to do is actually just steam and iron this. And I think I can attach it back to the vanity. I even have the top part that I cleaned, the top of the vanity, and it looks really good too. Like everything is pretty much immaculate and brand new again. I do have the one tear, but that's okay. I think I can just cover it with postcards or something. And then again, I removed all of the tacks in here, but I think I can just use double-sided Velcro and then secure it to the vanity. So I'm excited to try this. I'm glad I ended up saving the fabric so I can see if it can be washed, and it can be. So I'm really excited now that I don't have to buy new fabric and I can just restore this one. So I got a lot of supplies. I got the staple gun to staple the fabric to the top. And I also got this braided cord. I might use it along the edge in between the two layers of fabric for a little extra touch. And then I also got some special fabric glue to glue the cord on. And I'm gonna paint the handle like a brighter gold color. So I got the gold paint, just a metallic paint from Michael. So I'm gonna do that right now first and let that dry, and then I'm gonna staple the fabric. So that is done. I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes while I staple everything else on. It's not very dramatic, but it'll do. So now that I have the staple gun loaded, I want to lay this on here. I feel like I shrunk it a little bit in the wash, so I'm not entirely sure if I can get all the way around. It's not gonna like go as flat as I hoped, but I think if I kind of lay it flat the way it is now, I can get a pretty good idea. And then I'll have to stretch it a little bit. Like this side down from both, and then kind of take it from there. So I'm gonna start. Looks like there's a little water stain there. So I'm gonna start like this and then stretch it. So now that that's stapled on along the side, I'm gonna staple on the longer curtains, and then I will add the gold trim. So I just want to show you this. So I'm gonna go in and staple this to here. I don't think I'm gonna go through both layers. I might just glue the second part first. I'm gonna staple through here. And I think line it up as much as I can with that gap, and then just go all the way around and slowly staple it. So I'll do that right now and get the stapler. So this front part isn't exactly perfect, but I'm gonna glue that gold braiding along there, But now I just need to go through and cut off some of the loose hair, threads and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna apply the gold braiding along the edges and make it look really pretty. Obviously, because I washed the fabric, there's like a lot of loose threads, stuff like that, so I want to go through and just trim those off quickly, and then I can add the braiding after. So obviously it's not 100% perfect, but at least it's nice and clean now. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And then I can also add a little bit of the fabric glue to some of the loose spots, especially around here. And then maybe once I put the glass on the back, it'll hold it all together. So it looks like I got most of the loose threads actually. So I put some of this fabric fusion glue. Wish I had clamps or something to kind of hold it into place. This says it takes 2 to 4 hours to dry, so I'm just putting a little bit in the cracks here and then hoping it helps kind of hold it in place a bit better. And just keep that there and then put it in with my fingers. I'm just trying to hold it in place. But unfortunately it's not like a glue gun where it is instant adhesive. But even if I get some of it in there, yeah, like even in here, shoot, I guess I could try to do something. And then I want to take this and glue it along the crack here. So I'm probably gonna cut that. Just wish I had something to clamp it with to make it work along here. I almost feel like I need like a glue gun or like instant glue. Something that dries really quick, because I feel like this stuff's not drying as fast as I had hoped, because it takes 2 to 4 hours, but I think I could stick that along there to help with the crack. But now I'm thinking I need something else. So the fabric fusion seems to be taking too long to dry, so I went and picked up some speed sew. I'm not sure if this will be any different. It's more instant. Shoot, but now it's leaking out everywhere. So I want to try some on the side here and see if it's a lot faster, more of an instant dry. Actually, it does seem like this one is clamping nice. I'm just trying to fuse it. Hopefully it dries clear too, because it's white now. I'm gonna try a little bit in here. I just want to see how quick it is to bond. It's more of an instant. Because the fabric fusion seems to be kind of working, but it's a bit slow in terms of the dry time. So I wanted something a little bit better, but with the speed sew, it seems like it's hard to really get it in the cracks. So maybe the fabric fusion isn't that bad after all, because I want to put this the piping along the top here, so I might just go for it and squeeze some along the top all the way. And it looks like it dries clear. I don't think you need very much either. I just want it to look a little bit nicer than it does now. And kind of get rid of the crack. So I'm like gently squeezing some. In hindsight, I probably should have got the bigger bottle. I'm just adding a little bit along there. And I think that'll look nice, and then I can cut off the edge. So to add a little bit more glam to the look. And then I kind of got rid of that crack along there. And now I just need to go over it with my finger. It's pretty good. And I could try clamping the edges too. So I think I'm going to add glue along here and then just clamp it like this overnight. And then in the morning I might add gold trim. But I think I just need to clamp it and put clamps all around and then glue it down so there's not a space right there. So now I put all of these photos down here. I have a combination of vintage doll cosmetics ones and then some old Hollywood glam portraits, and then I'm just going to put the glass over top and then screw on the mirror. So I put all these old Hollywood portraits on the wall with sticky tack, and I thought they give it an extra touch of glam. And then I put all the photos underneath the glass top, and then I have all these vintage cosmetic containers here and I refilled them. So I still have to do this one. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to put in it. This is a vintage Estee Lauder container and I have a whole bunch of them that I got in an estate sale. I was thinking of Nivea, but isn't that box so pretty? Like, why doesn't Estee Lauder have this anymore? And then I have this Avon container and I put Q-tips in there, cotton pads. And then I filled that with the Pond's cold cream. This one's empty, but I just love the look of it, just trying to figure out what to put in there. And then this is another one that looks really old and I want to put something in there. This one looks almost like Edwardian. And then I put this vintage Avon one. I used like a witch hazel toner in there. And this vintage Avon one is filled with Olay Beauty Fluid. And then lastly is this perfume from Twisted Lily Fragrances. And this is a beautiful rose scented perfume. And this is a beautiful rose scented perfume. I just love this one. It smells so fresh and it's a really high quality French fragrance. It's like made with real oils, so it lasts all day. It's not too heavy and it doesn't evaporate. And I just love the perfumes they have at Twisted Lily because they're super unique. So make sure you check out my link below if you want to shop their collection. So this is kind of my go-to fragrance. I like to spray it even on before I go to bed. And here is a final look at my vanity. So as you can see, the fabric is really clean now. I put it in the wash a few times to kind of take out all of the stains, and I feel like for the most part it came out. It used to be like really dirty and just dingy and just looked like it hadn't been washed in like 60 years because it probably hadn't been. So I really love how it turned out. And then I added all of the gold rope detailing along the side here. I painted the handle gold, and then there's the rope detailing along here, as you can see. So I really think it worked out. And it wasn't too bad putting it all back together. It actually turned out better than I thought. And I just always wanted a vanity like this that kind of has that fabric and old Hollywood look. It really does look super glamorous to me. So I'm really happy with the result. It's a little bit small because obviously I'm a bit taller and the chair is kind of tiny, but I feel like it's so rare to find a nice vintage old Hollywood vanity like this. And I feel like I did a good job restoring it. I'm so happy I didn't actually have to buy new fabric, and I was able to wash it, clean it. So I'm super excited, and I'm gonna do some makeup tutorials and like just have fun and be glamorous here. And I love the vintage containers too. I feel like they add a really nice touch of glamour.